So our next question is from someone who was going to be hired to work for another DJ company. So there's another company, they've got their own company, but they needed to work under that company. And if somebody comes up and asks for a business card, they were wondering, what should they do? Should they hand out their business card? Should they hand out the company's business card? Or should they hand out their card or write a phone number down and say, call, whatever? Wondering what people would recommend in that situation. MJ?
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
I was like waiting for MJ to talk, and he's like,
I got no comment written down on it because mine's always pretty simple. I'm a very honest person. So if I'm working for someone else, then that day I'm working for them.
Yep.
So that's just me. I can't be anybody but me. So
I would be very upfront and basically be like, hi, I'm Dan. I'm here with such and such company. And that's where it would stop. But I'd want them to know my name. So when they reached out to the company based upon that, I want that person to know it was me that they saw. Right. And, if I'm assuming that, this person has at least themselves and probably one other person, if they're sending you out, that's probably something they do. And so I want them to know where that piece came from. They might turn it around and, if somebody called, well, he doesn't work for us and and they might be honest about who he is, like who I am rather. But in the same respect, I'm with MJ. I couldn't in good conscience be like, hey, here's my information. Mm-hmm. Because let's assume for a second it never gets back to them, right? I feel that's just a little underhanded. But in the same respect, it probably will get back to them in some form or fashion, especially if you do it often enough. And then is that person really going to want you to be under them ever again? Probably not.
I had a situation where I was DJing at a place, filling in for two different things. One was a friend, one was a company here in the city. And both would say, hey, this night, one did one night, one did another night on the weekend. And they both went, hey, can you fill in this night for me? Can you fill in this night for me? And the management came up to me and said, we want you to take over this night totally. And I'm like, well, I'm here with, either this person or this company on these nights, And I said, the night you want me to come in is the night I'm with the company. They were stopping you there. We don't want the company. We don't want you here with the company. We want you. And I ended up going and telling the company owner what was happening. And he flipped out like an absolute ballistic, adolescent, crazy person. And I literally said to him, I said, when you're done yelling and if you want to talk to me, call me back. And I just kind of had to handle it that way because they did not want that company. And the other guy came to my back and he goes, listen, he's filling in for me half the time too. If they want him, then they want him. So it's being honest is the best you could do.
For sure.
I mean, we're talking 4 years later. They have called me every once in a while and said, hey, are you available for this? And I'm just not. I would guess 100% of the time, if I think about it, I legitimately wasn't available. But I just don't want to work with them again because of that. I came to them before I accepted anything and just made sure they knew what was going on. And it went south hard.
Sure.
I think right there you said it. That the key is you went and you let them know what was going on. And that might even be the second piece to take would be, if you do get approached by it, hey, just to give you a heads up, somebody came up, they asked about me, I gave them your information, I did let them know my name, I did not give them my company name. I did let them know my name. And you know what? I'd appreciate it if something comes of this that you keep me in mind. And maybe that's a kickback like we talked about earlier. Maybe that's a, hey, you know what? They wanted you. Let's work out something where you can come out under my company again. Maybe, and figure out all the business details to that, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's, that's being honest is the key. Mm-hmm. Being slimy is just not good.
Yeah, never a good situation. So moral compass is not for sale, how he says, and I think he's echoing, I think, the same thing we're all feeling on that one. So absolutely. Excellent. I think we're going to try to get one more in here. So let's bounce to our final question of the night.